Hi everyone, today's video is all about cleaning your makeup brushes. This is a very important step to do. I know that a lot of you have tons of questions about this, so I'm going to go through everything. How to clean your brushes, how to dry them, what products to use, and a lot more. Let's just jump right into it and get started. There are lots of ways to clean your makeup brushes. The way I'm going to show you guys today is the way I do it. So please take what you want from this. So I love to use baby shampoo to clean my brushes because it's very gentle on the hairs and it gets everything out. It gets powder, it gets liquid, it gets cream liners, it gets pigments, everything. Baby shampoo alone is enough to clean your brushes and you don't need to use anything else. I know that a lot of people also like to use antibacterial dish soap, which you can do, but again, I find that it can be quite a bit harsh on the hairs of the brush. It can dry them out, so I personally prefer not using that. I find that baby shampoo is the most gentle and effective. There are a lot of brush cleaners out there. I personally do not use brush cleaners for deep cleans like what I'm going to show you guys today, but I do like using a brush cleaner while I'm switching in between different colors or maybe using the same brush on different clients. Then I'll use a brush cleaner. It's a very temporary clean that you can just do quickly in the moment. But if you want to really get all the product out of your brush, you need to do a deep clean. All you need to do a deep clean on your brush is a bit of baby shampoo and a little container, something like this. This is just a little cheap Tupperware container. You can use any type of bowl, whatever you have, something that's going to be able to hold the brushes because we're going to stick them in. And then just a bit of water. Take your little Tupperware or bowl and you're gonna fill the bottom with the baby shampoo. Just a layer just on the bottom, and then using warm water, you want to fill up about that much in your container. Then you just stick your brushes in. You don't want to fill up too much water because you never want the water to go past the ferrule. If water goes past the ferrule, the silver part of the brush, it'll go inside and it starts to separate the glue. If it separates the glue, then that's how the handle becomes loose and the top will come off. So you never want water to go anywhere near this area. When you're washing, you always want to make sure you keep the water level just towards the bottom tip of your brush. Once your brushes are in there, just kind of mix it around. And you don't need to let them soak or anything, you can just start cleaning right away. To take the brush out, then wipe back and forth on your hands, and this will just move the product around, really get that shampoo working, and it'll take everything out. Then rinse it out again with warm water, making sure that you do not let the water go past the ferrule, and giving the hairs a couple squeezes to get all the water out of it. If you have a brush that has a lot more product on it that is being a bit stubborn, you could take just a tiny drop of shampoo in your hand and then work the brush back and forth. And then you can see it really gets everything out. The key thing when you're drying is you want to place the brush down on the ledge, leaving the end just hanging off like that. So then that way the brush can just naturally air dry and it won't ruin the shape of the brush. I like to give the brushes one more squeeze just to make sure I get any excess water out before I lay it flat to dry. So now all the brushes are dry and you can tell they look pretty much brand new, as they should. Even the skunk brush is pretty much white, so we were able to get all of the product out. A common mistake people do is they will just put them in some kind of cup after they've washed them while they're wet and just let them sit and air dry like that. That is a big mistake because what happens is water from the hair will sink down into the ferrule and it will loosen the ferrule and the handle will come off, as we talked about earlier. When you're drying your brushes, you want to lay them flat like this. You want to lay them flat on an edge so they can just air dry, so the hairs can dry in their natural shape. That is the key. It really depends on how often you're using them. If you're using your foundation brush every day on your face, you want to clean it more often. I would probably say once every few days. But I would say for the most part, once a week or once every 2 weeks is a good general rule to stick with. You don't need to ever replace a makeup brush unless it's completely falling apart. If it's intact and if you're cleaning it on a regular basis and if you're taking care of it, there's no reason why you should replace a makeup brush. That's when brush cleanser comes in handy. It's probably the only time I'll use brush cleanser. What I like to do is take a little bit of brush cleanser and put it into a spray bottle and spray it onto a paper towel, and then take my dirty brush and wipe it back and forth on the paper towel in that cleanser. This is the best and fastest way to clean a brush between uses. This is not by any means a deep clean, so once I'm done all of this, I will still do a deep clean once I'm done the makeup. But in between uses, this is a great way to be able to use the same brush for different colors. I hope you guys found this helpful. If there's anything that I missed and you still have some questions, please leave them for me in the comments below. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Eman Makeup, and I'll see you guys again very soon. Bye! Today I'm doing a Q&A video. I get asked tons of questions all the time and it's hard